And now we'll turn it over to the head coach of the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, Jamey Chadwell. Morning, Coach.
Morning, Mark. How we doing today?
Doing fine. Bucks move to 2-2 in the league, 7-3 overall, following the 44-14 win over Gardner Webb. Heading up to Liberty on Saturday afternoon. If you can open up, talk about the victory over the Running Bulldogs, and then give us your thoughts on Liberty. We'll go to questions.
Well, Mark, we probably played our most complete game of the year. We wanted to get out to a fast start. At our last home game, obviously Senior Day, and I think we were up 27-0 there in the first quarter. We came out on both sides of the football, playing at an extremely high level, and really executed well, and was able to jump on them early, and played probably our best half we played all year long, and then obviously third and fourth quarter there, basically a draw. But just pleased with how we came out and just executed. We've been building and getting better and better each week, and it really culminated last week with a good win for us, and a way to end our home season here down at our place. It was good to get a win like that, and pleased with a lot of the way our guys played overall, and now we obviously got to go on a very tough road trip to Liberty, who's top 20 team in the country, and doesn't get any easier in this league, but that's why you play, and we're excited about the trip up there and the opportunity we have.
All right, Coach, at this time we'll start taking questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. To ask a question, please press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you joined us via the web. Questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. And Coach, first question for you is from Chris Lang of the Lynchburg News and Advance.
Hey, Jamey, how are you this morning?
I'm good, Chris. Thank you. How about you?
Good, thanks. What was the key to kind of getting your guys mentally turned back around? I know when you lose the first 2 games in this league, you're pretty much done in terms of competing for the conference championship, but you really kind of turned around these last 2 weeks.
Well, the kids are resilient. They got a lot of character about them, and there was a lot to play for. Obviously, you're playing for your league title. That's one of your your goals that you want to happen. But we obviously had other ones, and so we never want to put all our eggs in one basket, so to speak. And so there was a lot of things to play for. And I think too, you went back and you looked at the losses you had. Obviously you got beat by the now #1 team in the country, so no shame in that. PC's having a good year, and we didn't just play as well as we'd like to there. So it was more so about, can we just play at the level that we're capable of, and playing a game where we feel like that, then we'll go out and play our best, and it's good enough. We felt like we hadn't played either in the wins or losses, just not played how we could. And so we really started focusing more on that. Let's just try to play the best we can, and got our guys refocused on that instead of maybe a big picture. I think that's helped us going forward. I think we got back to just having some fun instead of maybe carrying a little burden, a little pressure on us.
Can you just tell me a little bit about Austin Brown, what he's brought to your team this year?
Well, Austin's made a lot of strides this year, coming in, was here in the spring, and then, taking the job here and learning our system. It's unique, something he's not been a part of. And the thing that, we liked about him is just his toughness and the way he handles himself at the quarterback position, composure-wise. And he's improved the last really 3 weeks, improved tremendously. Had some ups and downs during the middle of the year, made some good plays, but some inconsistencies. But he's really stepped up his game, and I think the thing that the kids value about him, he's obviously can throw the ball, and he's learning what to do with our run game. But he takes some licks, in our games. He's been beat on, he's been hit. You never hear him complain. He's tough. He shows up every day, and I think our kids have rallied around him, knowing, hey, no matter what happens, he's going to be out there and he's going to try to make a play. And I think that's the best characteristic that he has, is just his toughness as a competitor.
Now, one more for you. What's gotten Christian Reyes going here lately?
Well, that's a good question. I wish we'd have known it earlier, but I think a couple of things. I think one, we've changed up a little bit, trying to fit the personnel we have with some of the injuries and things we've had. We've changed up how we're doing some of the things to best give us a chance to be successful with who we're playing. And that's been a little different than what we've normally done. And so I think that's opened up the run game for him more, because we're doing more with our passing game and some different things there. And so now, instead of being more, inside run first and then outside run and maybe pass third, we've really switched around where we're really trying to pass the ball more and then run sort of our second thought. And we're getting teams spread out a little bit more and giving us a chance to, once we get him going, to allow him to go. And so nothing was really ever, wrong with Christian. People, trying to take him away, and we might not have been good enough in certain times to put some pressure on defense where they couldn't key in on him. But I think we're getting better at that right now, and our guys are peaking at a good time.
Anybody out this week that of consequence?
We'll probably one of our receivers missed last week, and a tight end missed last week that'd been playing and starting for us. Tight end has a chance to be back this week. Stephen Cagle, Chris Jenkins, who's a big special teams guy for us and plays some receiver, is still questionable from an injury that he suffered at Monmouth. Besides that, we should be relatively healthy coming up that way as much as you can be.
All right. Thanks much. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. And Coach, I have a couple questions before we let you go. First, I'm talking about Christian Reyes, one of the 9 Big South honorees on the All-District team. Just talk about him as a student, and we already know what he can do as a football player.
Yeah, Christian is just as good as a student as he is a player. Came here obviously from junior college. The story's been well told, but wants to make sure he graduates on time. Doesn't take the extra semesters or the things that you need to do. So the study that he does, obviously being a husband and a father, he has to manage his time. And he's carrying a high GPA. I mean, he took this summer, I bet he took almost 15 hours between all the summer sessions to try to make sure he can graduate on time and do the things necessary after he's done here. So if you look up student athlete for him in a dictionary, his picture should be there for the sacrifices and the commitment he makes to the team and to his family. So well-deserved honor for him.
And my last question for you, I've asked all the coaches of this with Coastal Carolina's #1 ranking, what it means overall for the conference members, and obviously you've been in the conference at another time during the infancy. Just talk about that growth and what it all means in this short amount of time.
Well, I think the growth is tremendous. Obviously, from the first time I've been here to now, just the way the commitment the programs have made, or the universities have made to football, the coaches that are in this league, and the ability and the players. It's tremendous. I mean, it's an unbelievable story. And I think what Coastal being the #1 team, just what that does, I think it validates our league. Coastal's obviously has been pretty good since they've been here, but I don't think they or our league has ever gotten the national recognition that we deserve because of the type of football programs we have. And with them being #1, and with the other teams in our league, Liberty being the top 20, and the years that everybody's having, I think that just shows that we're a league that is on the rise, and there should never be a question anymore whether is it just going to get one team in. It should be 2 or 3 from this point forward, because that's the type of level we're playing. And I don't think we take a backseat to anybody in the country, and I think our teams are proving that.
I got a few questions for Coach Chadwell.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is Chuck Winchester from the Goose Creek Gazette, Coach, and I just had a quick question for you. Just about the senior class. I was at the game this past Saturday and heard the stat that this is the winningest 2 seasons in the history of the school for the football program. I just wanted to know your thoughts on this senior class and what their legacy is going to be to this school.
Well, Chuck, it's good hearing from you, man. I read your paper, but didn't know you followed us. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
This senior class has been, is an impressive group. And the reason why I say that, Chuck, is they're part of 0-11 team. In their freshman year, all these fourth-year guys, freshman year they were 0-11, and then not have a winning season, and to be able to turn it around in 2 years with the new coaching staff and a lot of different things going on, I think it just speaks about who they are as people, and it shows you that if you rally around a common goal, that you don't care who gets the fame of it. If you just rally around something that you want, that good things can happen. And I think that's what you're seeing there with this class, and they've laid a foundation going forward that Charleston Southern can be a legitimate program, and they laid the foundation for that.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you're a big part of that. And just from my notes, I caught the tail end of this. Did you say Chris Jenkins is questionable at this time?
Chris is questionable at this time. We're still trying to rehab him through a concussion protocol, so he's been a big part of us. If you've been to any of our games, Chuck, he does a great job for special teams, and And, wide receiver, he's working himself in. His coach is really trying to work on his hands and do a good thing for him. So, but he's out right now.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Coach, we do have one more question from you from Josh Newman of the Asbury Park Press.
Hello?
Josh, did you have anything for Coach Chadwell? Okay, apparently not.
I had a wonderful answer, Josh.
All right, well, Coach Chadwell, thanks again for your time this morning, and good luck Saturday at Liberty.
Thank you, guys.
All right. CSU at Liberty, 3:30 p.m. Saturday on the Big South Network and the Liberty Flames Sports Network.